experience, and you will get to know a little bit more about him. So guys, enjoy, sit back and enjoy. And also questions are welcomed. So I think he will be here in a few. He will be here in a few. All right, guys. Otherwise, I hope all of you are doing amazing. I hope all of you are doing amazing. I'm so happy to see each and every one of you. I'm very blessed to have you guys here. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, everyone. Oh my goodness. I cannot mention all of you, but I'm just very honored to have all of you here. And I know some of you knows Goga, and those of you who are maybe watching me for the first time, Goga is a sensational online yoga master, but he will introduce himself better. He will introduce himself better. But what I will let you know is that he's loved far and wide. He's loved globally. That means when you go to his live stream or his all right, Mima, all right, when you go to his live stream or his premiere or his videos, you will find out that a lot of people are supporting him from all over the world. Yeah. So he will be here. He will be here to answer your question, guys, and he will be here to introduce himself more so that you can know more about him. What I'm so grateful about my path crossing with him is that I have learned so much, and he is always ready to come and extend a helping hand in case you're stuck. Whether it is here on the YT platform or even in real life, I have seen him before. He came through for somebody who was stuck also, a lady who was stuck somewhere. And he really came through in a big way, and I guess through his kind gesture and acts of empathy, he has won the heart of many. So I can see Victoria, I can see Doni Likuja kama nimechelewa. So there was a lot of guys. All these questions you are going to go ahead and ask him. He will be here, but let me welcome him. So guys, put your hands together. Round of applause for our very own Goga, who goes by Yoga with Goga, the president, the brand. Welcome, Goga.
Thank you so much, Anne. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, thank you. How about you?
I'm good. You can hear me good?
Loud and clear. Loving your
Awesome.
background is amazing.
Thank you. I'm at work, so I'm just trying to make sure that I modify and everything.
Yeah,
But I think we can do this.
I appreciate so much. Thank you so much for your time. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm
Most
honored to have
welcome.
you. I'm honored to have you. So,
It is an honor to also be here. I know it's been a long time coming. We've been planning for this for like a while, and I'm so glad that at least we finally got time to do this. Welcome everyone. Nice to see everyone on the chat. Thank you so much, guys, for for the warm welcome to this beautiful house. And thank you so much, Helen, for the raid as well. That was awesome. Thank you so much for taking us on that flight um,
so
to
I'm
this
going
place.
to give you the chance to introduce yourself.
Thank you. I don't know I don't know what's the most comfortable layout for you. It feels
I'm
like
at it. I'm at it. I wanted to give you the.
you, you can just drag me on, is it layout number 4, and then drag me where you are, and then we see whether it works. Hey, Jerry Kimani. Hey, Vivian. Hey, Flo and Ted. Oh, you guys are all here. The entire tribe is here. Mima is
I'm
here.
telling you, I'm
JD.
truly blessed. I'm truly blessed.
Yeah, I think guys, please share the live stream out if you haven't already. Please do it. That's the least you can do for Maura. Shade out, shade out, shade out.
I'm trying. I'm not sure why this my layout today is not cooperating, but
Let's
I'm
just
also
stick to.
trying.
Oh yeah, now you can drag me now where you are, and then it can reduce. Yes, that's perfect.
All right. So kindly introduce yourself for those amazing people who maybe don't know who Goga is.
Thank you. So good. It's afternoon here in Kenya. So good afternoon, everyone. Good morning to the people in the West Coast, America, Jamaica, and everybody who is on that other side of the world. And good evening to the people on the on the East Coast. Everyone in the Philippines, Asia, Australia, and and whatnot. It is such an honor to be here. My name is Goga. I like introducing myself with my surname because it's a very powerful name. I'm just slowly learning that, in the last couple of 2 years or so. My as Goga, I do a lot of things. I used to introduce myself as a person, but nowadays I tend to think I'm an experience because I don't know even who I am anymore. I think I keep evolving. I keep evolving. At some point, I was a brother. Of course, at some point, you're a brother, you're a mentor, you're a teacher, you're a student, you're an official. But I like to think of myself as an experience because I wear so many hats as a human being. But the most basic ones I like using is that I'm a content creator on YouTube. And I also I like bringing people together. I like bringing people together as a content creator in my life as a YouTuber, and for me, it's I think I find a lot of fulfillment in life when I am able to make those linkages happen. And when I'm not doing YouTube, I'm also a yoga instructor. I'm a certified yoga instructor. I have like over 500 hours of certification and instruction that I got trained. And I'll be talking about that one later on in the show. I also work in public service. I'm a public policy professional. That's my primary training. So I can, when it comes to policy and conversations around policy, I'm your guy. You can always call me. We can have a discourse when it comes to policy conversations. So those are like the three main things that I do. So the policy work is what keeps me awake and puts food on my table. YouTube for me is a hobby. It's not really, but it's slowly becoming a job. I think every single day. And then yoga teacher is also like my part-time job. Just trying to get in that passive income. So I do teach a few classes here and there, just to be able to make sure that I get the passive income going on. Maura,
All
back to you.
right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the introduction. What an introduction. Oh my goodness. So I think I will be just right when I say you are a jack of many trades.
Yes,
And I
and
love
uh,
all
and I,
that.
uh, but I'm trying to be as much as I'm a jack of all the trades. I want to. I need to get into a level of mastering at least one of them.
You
So
look
I'm
you,
not
you
yet
look
a
like a master to us.
I've not yet mastered any of them. So jack of all trades, master of none. But I'm on the road there. I'm on the road there because they say it takes 10,000 hours to be a master at something. So 10,000 hours is a lot of time. So they always say the biggest lesson is what you learn on the road to 10,000 hours. So yeah.
Wow. At that, I was very interested to know, and I know most people would love to know, how do you juggle yoga, your job, and content creation? Because, oh my goodness, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a
It
joke.
is. It isn't. And just to answer, Darling is asking me where my glasses. Darling, I'm at work. If I came with my glasses, it would look very hideous. I wanted to carry them. I actually carried them. I carried them, but then I wanted to. I left them, I think, in the car when I was coming to the office, and then I was like, "Is it a good idea to carry these these glasses to the office?" Because my colleagues keep passing by and everything. First of all, my ring light is already distracting them because I have my ring lights and everything here. I literally carried my studio to the office. But
Thank
yes,
you
I
so
will
much.
I will make sure that I wear them next time. What do I want to? Maura, where is the music? I thought you should put for us that night driving music.
All right,
Um,
I will put it. I will put it. I was just thinking maybe people will want to listen to you, and I was
no,
just
no,
trying to listen.
you can just let it linger in the background. It normally makes people more relaxed when there's
All right.
music in the background. And then I will answer your question. But thank you so much. I see all of you here. I'm trying to be disciplined. Guys, let me tell you, when you are on Maura's panel, it feels very nice because I don't have to do anything. This is not my live stream. This is me. I'm a guest today. I just need to like look pretty. I don't need to worry
How
about.
is that?
Oh, that's nice.
All
That's
right.
nice. I love it. It's very upbeat. How do I juggle content creation, working, and all these things? To be honest, I always say you people have heard me say several times that I function on coffee and God's grace. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. I function on coffee. I love my coffee. I wake up, I brew my coffee in the morning, and then I'm like, what is there to do today? You know, what is there to do today? And big shout out to Life Journey, my brother. It's nice to see Life Journey there on the chat. So it takes a lot of planning, to be honest. It takes a lot of planning and really balancing the time because it is not easy. I wake up. I don't wake up early. I do wake up quite late. I think I wake up at about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I normally wake up around the time JD is starting her live streams. And then I have to get the coffee done. Then I have to prepare for work. The good thing, my work is not very far from my house. It's about 20 minutes. So it's a 20-minute drive there, get to the office, do what I need to do, leave work at around 4ish. Then I have my evening, so I have to do my yoga practice when I leave work. And then after my yoga practice, then I can now deal with the YouTube people. I normally balance. I think in the past I used to have a very good schedule for balancing the time, but I think nowadays the evening I spend so much time on YouTube supporting people after work than in the past I used to have like at least 2 hours just to do YouTube work. But I think as you keep growing, it's getting more pressing. But it's okay because I'm now moving into a space where I look at YouTube as a second job and not just a hobby. It looks like an extension of work. Um, and then, of course, I sleep very late because, but at least give or take, my sleep time is normally like around 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. or something like that. So 11 p.m., I tend to like log out. I am the person who never sleep with their phone I don't sleep with my phone in my bedroom. The gadgets have to be left in the living room, and that is for a very particular reason. I don't like bringing technology into my resting space, and it's something that I started like 2 years ago. So you can look for me, you can call me. I'm not the person you call for emergencies at night. My family knows that. They know that they can get my brother to do that. My brother is the one who is always on his phone. You call him at midnight, he will pick. But
Wow.
it is very clear I'm not the person you call during emergency. So, but if I stay a bit late, I'll be able to like respond. And my phone is always permanently on silent. Um, this is because I suffer, and I don't really discuss this much. I do have, I don't know, phone anxiety for some reason. I don't like my phone ringing at all because I get very anxious when phones ring and things like that. So my phone is always permanently on silent, and this is very deliberate. I will get to you when I'm ready to get to you, because I don't know, for some reason I think in a very early part of my life I used to give a lot of myself, and somewhere along the line I think I lost myself in that craziness. So one of the paths I had to take towards my healing was how to establish boundaries and limit access, only when it's necessary. Because when you interact with people, you are spending energy, and when you expend your energy too much, you end up losing a lot of it. So I try to like at least make sure that I preserve some of my energy just for myself. It is not selfish; it's called self-care, and that's literally how I balance it out. So work between 8 to 4, and then you have like YouTube activities between that's like between like 6 p.m. to 11. And then sometimes I can stay late. Sometimes I can stay late just to be able to like plan my things. I like doing my planning for my YouTube content around lunchtime when I'm at work or during my coffee break during the day. That's usually the best time to do it when I'm also running people in the background. So that's when I'm normally doing my planning. in terms of live streams, in terms of content and things like that. So it's not easy. I've not reached that level of proper planning yet. Maybe one day I will get a manager to be handling for me those kind of things and assistants. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Wow, wow, wow.
You know,
That's awesome, and I admire that you put your personal space private to the
you
extent
have
that you
to.
don't do late night. That's amazing. That is amazing.
You have to.
Yeah, because you whenever I go, I find you, and I was thinking, Goga is literally everywhere. Goga
Yeah.
is
You,
literally everywhere.
yeah. I try
I
as much
think
as I can. Yeah, I try as much as I can to support as many people as possible. But sometimes, you cannot. You also, we are not superhumans. That's one thing I always have
yeah,
to like remind myself. We are not superhumans, and that's one thing my mentor used to tell me because I used to function. I used to be. I like to say. I think I used to be a Type A personality back in the day. I used to be a Type A
okay.
personality. I was a perfectionist. I was born a perfectionist. Everything had to be
Oh my
perfect.
goodness.
From the time I was born, I had to like get the perfect grades. I had to get to the perfect university. I had to get, I had to get the perfect job and everything. And then it just, you know, at some point, and I'm going to talk about this shortly. At some point, I just like, what's the point? Why am I like? I was suffering. I was losing my mind. You know, when it got to a point in life where now you have to deal with depression and then you realize that all those things are useless, then I had to now start restructuring my life. It's not easy. I try to, as much as I can to support the ones I can, but when I get to my limit, I go to sleep. I will go to sleep and I will tell you, even if you wake me up, and I'm like, you won't find me. You won't find me.
Yeah, that means you
Yeah.
choose you. Nanmusa is volunteering to give you a manager, but we know in case there is managerial or whatever, we know who is going to get that without fear of contradiction. So
Man,
Nanmusa
talk
is
to me. Man.
volunteering. Helen is still in the house. Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you very, very much. Uh,
Yeah.
so um, we we come to you most of the time. Everybody, I'm ashamed to say this because we're meant to do research, but we come to you
Mm.
for insights because you are always offering them to us, and sometimes we even come to the extent of coming back to you in the DMs so that you can guide us. But
Yeah.
you share them wholeheartedly and happily on your channels. Anything you learn, you are sure to share with us. What made you feel this? Because I understand a lot of people are charging for the same you are doing to us for free. What
Yeah.
made you take that move?
That's a very good question. And let me see. I know Anne is very busy. Helen, I hope you're handling the chat on her behalf. I like how Helen always takes over anywhere I am because even there's a time I was at somebody's party and I literally asked, can somebody get me Helen? Just they can come and help me with the chat for the host. So that the host can focus on the conversation.
Mm.
So
Thank you
yeah,
so
so
much.
someone should just Helen. If Helen is not there, somebody can just be welcoming people so that they don't feel ignored. But we can see you guys because I'm keeping an eye on the chat as well.
Okay.
I think for me, I don't look at it because I've gotten that question a lot, and a lot of people say that Goga, you should be charging for these kind of things you do. And I always just tell people that I didn't come on, I don't make money off YouTube. Like, I don't know. I'm one person I even struggle. I don't like even having conversations around money because it's always one of my clients called me out on that and told me, the problem with you don't know how to charge. You're very generous when it comes to your knowledge, yet people will be paying you like a lot of money for this kind of thing. One of the things I think, and I think it's based on how I was brought up, because I'm not that kind of person. I think I had to figure out my relationship with money, and I'm that person. I will say I live a very basic life. I like just having the basics. Me, by the way, give me my food, give me my water. Let me move from point A to B comfortably. Let me get a few things that I need. Things, so long as things are functional, that's enough for me. I always have to be very self-aware when it comes to my relationship with money, because sometimes I always say that sometimes you have to be content, and contentment sometimes comes from very simple things. I get a lot of joy when I share knowledge because it's my training. I went to school for that. I got my 2 degrees for that particular purpose, and I don't really share the knowledge that I got from my degrees on YouTube per se, but I literally just apply the same skill when it comes to YouTube. I will go do the research. I will give my analysis. I will package it into something simple, and then I will come and break it down for you on YouTube because that's how I understand it. Is simplified. Why do people like simple things? People are so stressed. People don't like reading. In fact, there's always a joke that if you ever want to hide a secret, put it in a book because most people don't read. So the secret can always be existing in a book all of a sudden. So sometimes I always say, even it's like YouTube. I apply the same logic. Like, wait, YouTube has put this information somewhere, but who really gets to see this information? Because ordinarily you are stressed about editing, you're stressed about views, you're stressed about watch hours. But I like reading stuff. I will just go and I'm like, oh, this is very good content. Even I didn't know about this. So I'll go do the research. I will learn about it, but then I have to remember how can I package this in a way that is not boring to people, and that's why I will come and you are likely to understand something better from me because I bring in a lot of dramatization in how I pass it. But then you'll have understood out of it rather than going to read it like on a screen and you're struggling and you're like, I don't understand what this is. So it is, I always say it is my responsibility to go do for you the research, see whether I can synthesize it for you, and then I simplify it for you, and then I make it content, and it offers value. When you understand your craft, you offer value to people. They'll keep coming because they know, in case they want to understand anything, you're the go-to person. But again, I always have to remember that I don't have the monopoly of knowledge. That's why, in case I don't know anything, I will tell you, I don't understand this. Let me go do more research on it, or let me get somebody who can do, like, somebody who knows this thing. They can come and talk about it. So I also end up learning from that, and that's why I like having guests on concepts that I don't understand. The other day when we had special ability learning, um, I am not trained in education. I don't have any technical training when it comes to education. But if you bring special ability learning, who is like a special education teacher, she can break the concept very easily. And I'll be taking notes there with you guys watching. So you're understanding and I'm also understanding, and that's how you get better. And I always say, for you to understand something better, can you teach it? Teach it. Go read it about it and then teach that concept to somebody. You will understand it much better than when you just read it. Go and synthesize it and then teach it. It's like the raid thing that I've been pushing you guys to do this year. I taught it once, I taught it twice, then you started learning it, and then some of you are now teaching others because you've understood it much better, and you get a lot of fulfillment by sharing that particular knowledge. So it's one of those things that you really have to, like, see how you can break it down to people in a simple way. And I'm glad to use my skills, my technical skills that I got from training, to be able to, like, share that particular knowledge. You're muted, Anne. Is it just me or Anne is muted?
See,
Yeah.
look at me. There was some noise, so I muted, and now I'm here. Thank you so much. Goga was saying we appreciate that so very much. We appreciate that. We don't take that for granted. And
Thank you,
as
darling.
Darling is saying, Goga, I love the great content that you bring to us. Honestly, I come back or rewatch your video because of your personality and interaction to us. Yeah, it's always exciting. It's always exciting, and we are always looking forward because we know there will be something interesting.
Yeah.
It's never a dull day. It's never a dull day there. So welcome all. I appreciate each and every one of you. And Goga, you are one
Maura, can
person.
you just hold on? Can you select layout number 2? I just want you to fill up the screen as well, because there's a lot
Right.
of.
All right. So as I was saying, you are one person who has the largest audience of all um how can I put it? Your audience is very, very mature audience, and it's global. It's global.
Yeah.
I think there's very few of us who are Africans on your audience during your live stream and your videos. These people are from all over the world, and from let's say the age, and I'm always inspired by your audience. I'm always inspired by audience. Um, for a content creator, I don't know what you can say. For somebody who is admiring that kind of audience who are super super supportive, they can be on the bush. Like we can promise ourselves we'll be on the bush, but something will always bring us out, and we'll say something, and you will be like, "You are here," you know. I'm
Yeah.
always excited about that
Um,
as well,
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I
about your
like the fact that
audience.
you asked that. I like the fact that you asked that question. It is not easy, and I just want to say, it is the grace. It is the grace of the divine. Because, and I like what Darlene said about your personality. You know, your personality is the one thing that you can never fake it. You can fake a personality, but eventually your real colors always come out. And I always tell people, it is not you can't hide for so long. I've done like what, 330 live streams in my life on YouTube. Imagine the first live stream. I can't be the same person I was on the first live stream, where I was pretending, I was trying to make sure that I don't have like errors in my speech, in my, those kind of things. But what we have to, building a global audience takes time. It takes time, guys. It is not something that you wake up and do. I work hard. I work hard to build an audience. It is those sleepless nights. It is you finding me in live streams that you didn't expect to find me. That is now networking. You have to network. You have to network to build a global audience. And sometimes they backfire. I support a lot of people. I've never seen them on my channel. Don't give up and don't start like saying, I've never seen these people, I'm not going to bother about them. You keep doing your work. You keep doing your work. Networking is not just about like accumulating people from different parts of the world. You're also learning something about those people. If you sit with an American now, you can have a conversation with an American based on their context, because I've been in so many American channels that sometimes I relate to their problems because they speak a lot about these things. So you end up understanding. If you go to Asia, you will hear the Asian kind of problems and the challenges they are facing there in Asia. You end up appreciating that different part of the world. You go to Australia, same thing. You go to West Africa, West Africa, South Africa. You go to Jamaica, where Gulf Adventures is from. You end up appreciating things about different parts of the world. And when you start talking like when you start speaking to your audience based on their context, they will keep coming. They'll be like, Goga understands so much things about Jamaica. He has so many receipts, and that's why they call me the receipts boss, because you collect receipts everywhere, because you're able to understand, oh, this is what's happening in Jamaica. You kind of know, you get to know something about the political landscape of Jamaica, the challenges that Jamaicans are facing right now. What is the biggest challenge Jamaicans have on YouTube, other than the monetization thing and things like that? Once you understand that stuff, even when you speak to a Jamaican, they will come back to you because you understand their troubles, you understand their problems. When you go to Filipino channels, understand their language. If they don't say, but if they say banana, understand cappuccino, understand nakapin, understand all those things, speak like them. They'll be like, this is like one of us. Okay, but he's from Africa, but he speaks like us. They will keep coming because they relate. They like how you are making an effort to understand to understand their language, to get the point. They can speak in Tagalog and you can understand half of what they've said. It really helps a lot in your networking journey. And then be an observer, because observe a lot, talk less, observe a lot. I'm a very observant person. I don't speak much, actually, even in real life. I tend to just observe things. When you observe, you learn. When you learn, you can make a judgment out of what you're observing. And I always even tell my, JD and the rest that, sometimes I can come to you, I can be on your live stream. You may think I'm not there, but I'm just observing. I'm just observing. Have you ever done like a live stream, for example, and you have like 10 people watching and only 3 people are chatting and you don't know who the 7 are?
Yes.
It should worry you. It should worry you about what you're saying, what you're discussing, because it is it is the one thing that I've learned when you're building a global audience, you never know who is watching. You may say something that may annoy somebody who is in the bush, you will never see them again. And then you have these people who support you and they listen to you because they look at you as an authority figure. And that's why you have to think of yourself when you're on YouTube, think of yourself as a leader. Don't just think of yourself as a content creator. When you're a leader, you never know who is watching, you never know who is being inspired by what you're saying, you never know the kind of influence that you're having on somebody. So be an observer, understand, and only speak when it's necessary. Only speak when it's necessary, but be engaging and everything, and then you can rally that kind of support. But as I said, network a lot. You have to network, guys. It's not easy to build a global audience. You have to network. You have to get out of your comfort zone because I'm a Kenyan. When I started my YouTube channel, it was purely Kenyans. Trust me, I can tell you my first 100 subscribers. I know them. I know my first 100 subscribers because they are 90% of them are my schoolmates in high school, and then add my relatives in there and things like that. I even know I think up to 500 subscribers, I can easily tell who they are. But the moment I got to 500 subscribers, I had no control over who connects to my channel. It just started like going beyond the borders. And I realized it was very important because when you have a very global audience, you tend to learn more. And then people give you different perspectives that are not like what you're used to. Guys, get out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is your country. I relate with Kenyans because I can speak Swahili. They are my people. So if anybody else comes, they are trying to upset the status quo. No. Get out of that comfort zone. Get to know other countries. Get to know people from different parts of the world. Sometimes the place you are used to is not where you belong. This was a very famous quote by Lupita in that movie, The Queen of Katwe. I always like that statement because it was very powerful. Sometimes just because you are used to a place doesn't mean that you belong there. Branch out, expand, open your mind. It helps you have a very different perspective about the world. And people will love you for that because you offer something that is not just comfortable because of your people, but something that goes beyond your borders.
Yeah. So, in short, Goga, in how can you attain such people through watching what you say, what you're giving back to the society, and networking? That is what you said, yes?
Yes. Network,
Okay.
network like hell. Guys, network like crazy. Network. Get
We
out.
Yeah, we are talking
Network.
about an audience that is for keeps because they are not going anywhere. Every time you go, you will find them there. So, what does it take to earn the trust, especially for the people that are older than you? Because there's so much respect on the streets for you.
Yeah, I like that question because there's a time I was on a live stream when I was still a very young live streamer. I think I had less than 200 live streams, and I remember like somebody on the chat told me something. She told me, Goga, the reason I watch your channel is I'm comfortable leaving my grandkids and run to the shop without fearing that they are going to pick some curse words or things like that. That thing totally like moved me a lot. It totally transformed how I like approach content creation. Because she said that it is very rare that I can leave my grandkids unattended. But with you, I know I feel like okay, they are safe with you because they like watching your craziness and your noise making and your shouting. So I can leave them without fear of fear of repercussions or things like that. And that thing totally changed how I look at content creation, because I was like, wait, it is the kids. It's like when you go to Flo and Ted, it is Flo and Ted's son calling me by my name, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this boy, I have to hide from him like every single time. It is Stacy Pinky's two sons, like, Goga is there, Goga is there. They're reading my chat, and they know that I've arrived on the chat. It is Stacy Pinky, remember, is the one who subscribed to my channel. Flo and Ted, remember, they're the ones who subscribed to my channel. It is not their kids, but their kids are
And
probably
Momo.
enjoying my content more than them.
Don't forget
Yeah, more
Momo.
than them.
Momo.
It and Momo's kids always have to be in my birthdays and those kind of things. They're enjoying my content more than them. Don't look at the subscriber that you're connected to. Look at the people around that person, because those are the people who are going to make those people watch you, because they'll be like, can you put Goga? I want to see Goga and his glasses. Sassy Global Concept, the son may be like, put Goga, I want to see Goga. I want to see Goga. Not Sassy may even be very busy doing other things. But because, okay, if the boy wants to see Goga, who am I to like come in the way? I'm getting my views. I'm getting the support. I'm getting the support courtesy of that kind of thing. So what I would say is that the audience takes time to build. But for you to build loyalty, it comes from a place of consistency. You're very consistent, and it also comes from a place of being an authority in certain things. People respect authority. People respect you when you know your thing, when you understand so that's why I always say, if you have a niche as a content creator, become the master in that part. Become the master in that platform. You become the authority in that platform. So people know that in case they want to like learn anything about, there are many experts on YouTube who can talk about that thing, but you position yourself as an authority. You're the one who can become the authority in that field. It's like people do PhDs. They always tell us that PhD is about advancing the boundaries of knowledge. But a PhD, sometimes you just went and looked at a concept that has already been researched, but you gave it a very different look. And that's how you establish yourself as an authority in that particular space. People trust that particular thing, and they will always like be loyal, because they know, if I go and ask Maura about this, Maura is going to be able to answer me and be able to tell me about this. If I go and ask Njeri Kimani about women and men's sexual health, she's an authority in that space. I may not be able to talk authoritatively on it. So people will kind of do that. And then another thing, point number 3 is, when you're consistent, when you have authority, manage expectations. People know what to expect. I don't promise heaven when you come to my channel. I don't. But I promise you're going to have an amazing time. No one is going to be rude to you. No one is going to be like to call you out on anything. No one is going to insult you on my space. I will never allow that to happen. Even if however close you think you are to me, if you insult any member of my community, we will get rid of you. We'll give you a timeout. You go reflect about your life. We'll see you tomorrow. People like that kind of, if you can protect your audience, protect your viewers, people will always know that they are safe. So people look at it like a safe haven where they can come and just be them. The one problem that we struggle with on social media and the internet today is that it's not a safe platform. People come, they're being attacked. Cyberbullying is really rampant on the internet and this particular space. But if you offer that particular space where people feel like, me, I know what to expect. When I come to Gogas, I will never be insulted. for some reason, nothing will ever happen. Nothing will ever happen. And if it happens, that is a random new person who just came in, and I know they will handle it very fast. So when people have that, if you're predictable, there's that predictability and the expectation. People already know the expectation. You'll never get into those kind of frictions, especially when it comes to your audience. You'll have a loyal support. You'll have people who will come through and they'll always support you. Another thing that you get to enjoy is when you build a very solid community, you get to enjoy protection from them. Let me tell you, there's a time I think I got into trouble on YouTube with somebody. I didn't even fight that battle. Tribe Goga came through, like they literally went and fought that person. The person had to come and just give me an apology. I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. I never even talked about it on a live stream. But I don't know, these people here, Tribe Goga can be, I'm very forgiving, but Tribe Goga on the other hand, Tribe Goga is forgiving, yes, but they will make sure that you know that they are not exactly, it comes at a price. We got an apology, and that's when I knew that, oh my goodness, you have a very supportive like base. You have a loyal base, they'll fight your battles for you. You'll never even say a word. Tribe Goga went and dealt with that thing. In 3 days, I had an apology, a very public apology on YouTube, because the person apologized because I don't know what Tribe Goga went and did, but I got I didn't do anything. I didn't even like write them a message. I didn't do any single thing. I just sat pretty until my next live stream. So that's another thing that you get to enjoy when you build a very loyal base. They will fight the battles for you. They will protect you because they know the value that you're offering them. So if anybody wants to come and ruin that, the tribe will stand for you. They will stand for you because they know, no, we know Goga. That is your own problem. So they will fight that battle for you. So it takes a lot of time, but focus on those three things. Focus on that predictability. Focus on offering a safe haven to your community, and protect your community. They'll protect you back. Protect them. No one should ever attack anybody while you are watching. And I keep telling you that because if anybody is watching, if let's say for example special ability comes here and says new video alert friends, and then somebody attacks special ability and you keep quiet, you know what that message sends? It says you are okay with people being attacked on your channel. That's the message you are sending to the community, that this one is okay with me. That anybody can be attacked on their live stream. You are complicit in that happening. But if you're like, no, guys, can you behave? Moderator, can you kindly deal with this issue? People will know that Goga doesn't tolerate the nonsense and has handled it. It will go. They will know that these are the rules, and this is what flies in this house.
Wow, that is so amazing. One of many reasons why people get a sense of belonging when they come to your space. It feels so warm, and it is so nice to know to know, and also to look forward to being anywhere that you are at. So guys, the pin link is the house to Goga. Kindly feel free to check out on Goga. Probably it could not be clickable, so you can go ahead and type yoga with Goga and check him out. You can also bless him with your extras. Just confirm that he has your extra, because we are manifesting road to 100K, and that will be very, very highly appreciated. Looking forward to that day when we are going to a party of 100K, Goga at 100K service. Guys, I know you agree with that. Thank you so much, Musa. You're highly appreciated. And Tipia also is in the building. Life Journey, our brother Life Journey, is having a premiere, so you can always go there and give a thumbs up. Special ability learning.
Yes, guys. Let me just interrupt, Maura. If you don't have Life Journey, you are missing out. Life Journey is one of my longest channel members. He's a big YouTuber, and he has supported a lot of people. If you are struggling with your premiers, go to Life Journey. You can even put my name, throw my name there. Just say Goga sent me. He will handle the rest. So Life Journey is amazing. It's amazing.
Yes. Amazing. That is so amazing. So Goga, somebody might want to know, because really, you seem to know almost actually everything on Whitey. When did you start your channel? When did your Whitey journey begin?
My Whitey journey, I just celebrated my 4 years on YouTube the other day, last month, when we were having a state event. Actually, last month, it's already May. It's 2 months ago. It feels like yesterday. I started my YouTube channel in 2020 in the heart of COVID. And for me, I started my YouTube channel like as a way of promoting my yoga whatever training and everything, and just sharing it with the community, because we were all locked in our houses. We were not going to work. Life was just hard, man. So that was like 2020. So it's been 4 years since I started the YouTube channel. But as I say, I'm always very curious to learn. And If you're always curious to learn, you'll always understand things. And sometimes learning doesn't just happen by reading, learning just happens by observing people. Go to these channels, listen to what they are saying, you pick in knowledge. Did you ever know that anytime you are on somebody's channel, you are collecting knowledge? It's been packed somewhere in your brain. It's been packed. You come to Anmora, you meet Anmora interviewing somebody, and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. You've already packed the knowledge. You go to Nan Musa, you hear Nan Musa talking about something there, you've picked the knowledge. You go to like Andrea Jacobs, you hear Andrea Jacobs talking about how she's a cancer survivor, and she talks about the challenges that she went through to through cancer. You pick something. So you're always picking knowledge from different channels. One day, somebody will ask you something about cancer. And I will remember what Andrea Jacob said because she's experienced it. She's a cancer survivor. That is how you get knowledge. I may not have really read so much about cancer, but because I heard what a cancer survivor said on a channel based on her experience, I'll be able to like quote her on it. If I go and say, let's say, for example, if I go and like I just gave an example with Life Journey. Life Journey has supported a lot of channels, grow through how he promotes premiers and things like that. Life Journey, I learned a lot from Life Journey when I connected to him. I learned about the art of premiers, the art of promoting premiers. I learned a lot things about live streaming from him. There are certain things I learned from that. And I'm like, I can come and implement this. I stole some certain ideas from there as well, and I came and implemented them on my channel, and then it works. You know what that happens when Life Journey comes to my live stream and he's like, hey Goga, what's going on here? Yeah, I can see this looks nice, this looks familiar, this looks like what I see in my channel. You kind of like you have mentors on YouTube. You have mentors on YouTube. They will be very proud of you, by the way. They'll be very proud of you to see that wow, you're implementing something that you learned. Never be afraid to ask questions, guys. Never be afraid to ask questions. It doesn't mean that you are silly. It doesn't mean that you're stupid, because that is always the mindset that most of us normally have, that when I ask questions, people will judge me for being ignorant. No. On YouTube, no one knows what they are doing. Let me tell you, even the big YouTubers are just winging it. The algorithm makes us all equal. Nobody really knows what they're doing on YouTube. You just experiment. Something will do well. Tomorrow it may not work. So ask questions. If you don't know anything, ask questions. Ask questions. Did you ever know that if you ever want to make, and that's why when I come to a content creator and I notice that they are idle on their live stream, I will ask them a question, because people like talking about things. People like being asked things. And when you ask, start simple based on what they do. Start the way Anne Maura asked me, when did you start your YouTube channel? I'll be very excited to talk about it. People like talking about things that excite them. So when you see somebody's idol on their live stream and they look like they are bored, and maybe they only have 3 people watching, engage them. Before you just get 3 questions that you're going to ask them. They will take like 10 minutes on one question. The second question, they may take 20 minutes. The third question, they may take 30 minutes. You'll have given them 1 hour on their live stream and they will have not left. So try to ask questions, because people like giving answers when you ask them things, and it works.
Yeah, that is so true, and I like that you encourage us every time. This is not the first time I'm hearing you emphasizing on that, and that brought me to a scenario one day when I was working out of the country, and one day I was so tired and I had neglected my channel, and I told myself, let me just try to push a live. Somebody came to the live stream and told me I'm too tired, I should go and rest, and that brought me so down, and I told myself, never in my life will I ever do something like that to someone, because it's an effort. When you see somebody coming there, even if they're struggling with their topics, it has taken them courage, and they had a meeting with themselves in the first place before they come there, and they knew they were tired, but they are giving, they're pushing, So saying anything positive, even complimenting them, maybe they're sharp or something, will go a long way. By the way, you're looking sharp as usual, my guest Goga. You're looking sharp as usual.
Thank you. This is a bad day. This is what I look like on a bad day.
You're still looking sharp, and we appreciate that. So that is so important.
I like that. I like that
Yeah,
because that also goes into what you do, Maura, when you are the crusader of empathy, and empathy is necessary in this platform. I think there's a lot of negativity, and sometimes I don't know where it comes from. Me, I always tell people this is how I operate on YouTube. When I started my YouTube channel, I had 0 subscribers, zero, one, no one. Now I'm at 4,600. I didn't know these 4,600 people on the first day on March 2020 when I started my YouTube channel. I didn't know these people. And then why all of a sudden do I think I have a right to be negative to somebody that I may never meet on YouTube? Guys, you will chances are high you will never meet 90% of the people you see on YouTube. I'm even being generous, maybe 98%. You'll only meet like 1% if it ever comes to that. So why should you be negative to them? Be empathetic. Be the person. When somebody is being negative, be the person who is going to sow a seed of possibility. Don't be the negative. Don't be the person to bring them down. So, and even people ask me like, Goga, like so and so was like saying this about, and I'm like, you know what? When I leave YouTube, I don't care about anybody. YouTube. What if I wake up tomorrow and YouTube has been closed? Chances I'll never see any of you again. I will never see any of, unless the ones who have gotten into my personal space and I know them in person. So why should I be like? Why should I try to bring you down? So be the one who is going to be empathetic to the next person, because we are. There's one of my famous gurus. He died from Vietnam. He died like 3 years ago. He used to say, "We are all walking each other home. We are all walking each other home. And when our journey on earth comes to an end, we won't remember. I mean, yes, you are a YouTuber. That doesn't define me. I'm a human being at the end of the day. What experience am I like making? What difference am I making in somebody's life as a human being? If I wake up tomorrow and YouTube is no longer there, will it matter? Will it matter? Whether Anne Mora said I have a big nose, will it matter? It won't. I don't know. I mean, okay. And of course, Anna's my direct contact. She knows me, but I may not meet like 98% of the people who I knew on the platform. So those are like the dynamics you have to look at in terms of being the crusader of empathy on this particular space.
Goga, thank you so much for that. There is somebody looking at the title and thinking, what is yoga? What is yoga? And there are people who has this mentality that yoga is only for the rich people. What can you tell people about yoga? Really? Seriously?
Yeah, it's a very I get that a lot because let me walk people back into how I got into yoga practice. So I've been practicing yoga for about 7 years now. I started my yoga practice in 2017, and I've been very vocal about this. I took up yoga at a very dark time in my life. At a very dark time in my life. One of my assignments, I had a very critical job in 2017, and when I finished that job, it got very dark very quick. It got one of the things when you work in a policy space, you may rub some people the wrong way, and it may backfire against you. It is my life being threatened. It is me not able to leave the house unless I have security. It is me leaving the house very early in the morning before the sun rises and coming back very late past midnight so that even my neighbors don't see me. That was the genesis and the short. It was good. It was a good gig, to be honest. I loved it. I was I've been privileged. I was in the media, in the Kenyan media for a while. It was nice. But then it came at a cost. Everything comes at a cost. And that's why sometimes you have to choose your battles. Even if you want to be famous on YouTube, it will come at a cost. Mine came at a cost, and it was my peace of mind. I finished the assignment. I could not leave my house. I cut off everybody in my life. I could not speak to my family because I didn't know what I was going through. It took one friend coming to my house one morning Saturday morning. It was a rainy morning. I remember it was a very rainy morning. And my friend just came there and he was like, "Oh, I'm downstairs. Can you come? We need dress up. We need to go somewhere." Because I'd isolated everybody. I'd kept people out of my life completely. Because I was just sitting down watching Netflix, ordering in and everything. I wasn't leaving the house. I was so scared of even leaving my own house. So I took a, so I said, okay, he's already downstairs anyway, so I might as well just go and see where he wants us to go. And then of course I went downstairs, we got into the car, and then we I didn't know where we were going. I don't know where we were going, but so he took us to a yoga, he took me to like a yoga studio. I didn't even know what a yoga studio was. So we went to a yoga studio, and the studio was very beautiful. It was like it was a community class. A community class meaning it is donation based. That's what I learned shortly after that. And I remember the first experience was like, who are these people? Everybody in Nairobi seemed to have been there in the community class. They were so happy, guys. They were so flexible. They were stretchy. They were sweating. They looked so fit. They looked like they knew what they were doing in life. I was depressed. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know what I wanted in life. I wanted to resign. I wanted to I didn't even know what I wanted to do at that particular point. This friend of mine took me to the studio. The class was supposed to be 2 hours. I fled after the first 1 hour. I couldn't handle it. And then I told him, Martin, I'm sorry, I have to go. I have to go to the bank or something like that. I didn't have any transaction to go and do at the bank. I left the studio. I jumped on an Uber. I went back home, back to my Netflix and chill life. My friend Martin got very busy because he used to work, used to have a lot of trips outside the city. And then, you know what happened? So I got, so the following Saturday, he had told me what happens about these classes. So the following Saturday, I decided to say, let me go back to that place that Martin took me last weekend. It looked like nice. I felt nice because I did the yoga for 1 hour, but then I was like, why was I not flexible? You start judging yourself. Type A personality. Remember, type A personality, things have to be perfect. Then I went back alone. Martin wasn't in the city this time. So I went back to the studio alone. Let me tell you guys, I stayed until the end, the 2 hours. And I remember there's a lady who was practicing next to me. I didn't even know she was a yoga teacher. When I was not getting certain things, she kept on helping me. Like, no, don't put your foot like that. Try to do it like this. Empathy. I felt seen in a class of over 100 people. One person saw me. It takes one person to see your potential in the crowd, and everything changes. I stayed in the class for 2 hours. After that class, they used to have lunch, and you could have some snack, and then you network, get to know people. I was not a people person at all. This is 2017. I used to think people, people are difficult. I don't want to interact with people. I used to be an island. So after that, we go for lunch. So the nice lady actually takes me where everybody's having lunch and everything. And then you sit on a table and they serve you some snack there. People are talking to you on the table. Remember, I've been isolating myself in the house. Now I'm in a space where I'm talking to people. You know what that does to you? I'm interacting with people who are not even my colleagues. I'm interacting with people who are not my family. And they're so kind. They're so kind. They're very mindful in how they speak. They don't really care about who I am, what I do. It was nice. I felt seen. And I kept going back. The following weekend, I went again. You know what that does to you? You're used to locking yourself in the house. Now I'm getting out of the house more often. Now I start reaching out to the family. I'm talking to people. Now my boss is calling me, but I'm going to the office. I'm no longer locking myself. I can actually go to work. It totally changed my headspace. And then in in a span of 4 months, I was a very different person. I was now, in fact, everybody used to, even my aunt used to wonder, what changed? What changed? And then I realized, wait, I want to do this more often. Let me tell you guys, I got into that regime. The community class, yoga is not cheap. Anne Maura has a point. Yoga is not a cheap thing. I couldn't afford to go for a yoga class every day because a basic session of a yoga session for 1 hour takes about $12. give or take $12. I couldn't afford $12, so the best I could do was go to this community class because it was technically donation based. I could throw my 200 Kenya shillings there, and then I interact with people. So one day I said, I also used to be a bit chunky, I used to be a bit chunky, very bad. I used to have like, those cheeks and everything. I was losing weight. I used to have a lot of body image issues in 2017. I never used to be very confident with my body and everything. So I got to this, as much as you are doing stretching, you are getting flexible, I'm meeting people. I realize I'm losing weight. I'm getting my body is becoming very shaped. Like I'm becoming very like even and everything. I even started getting comfortable. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yo, hey, hello, six pack, hello, six pack is coming in there. Like,
Wow.
yeah. So it was fun. It was fun. So after a few months, one day I just made sure I saved a bit of my salary, and then I went to the studio. I saw their rates. They had an introduction rate for somebody who signs up for like a 1 month session, unlimited classes. It was, I think, 5,000. I can't remember. It was 2,000 Kenya shillings. It was only 2,000 Kenya shillings. I signed up for that class. I used to go to that class daily. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, lunchtime. I sneak from the office. I ran to the class. Let me tell you guys, by the end of that month, hey, I was fit. I was thin. I had my six pack. I was looking nice. Everybody noticed. And I was smiling more. And I was like, man, this is nice. There was a total transformation. Then I said, you know what? I need to make this a lifestyle. And I kept on going. So for 2017, 2018, it became, yoga used to just become a thing that I used to do very casually. It wasn't so serious. Then one day somebody asked me, have you considered becoming a yoga teacher? Because guys, consistency, and that is a lesson right there. Did you know that consistency brings almost expertise in something? By you going to the yoga class daily for 2 years, I started becoming better. Form, how I do things, I'm flexible. I was so good until a teacher in the studio actually told me, you need to like sign up for like a yoga teacher training. You are ready. And I used to say, no, I'm not ready. I am not ready, because I used to look at people in the class and I'm like, hey, until I'm like Maura, until I'm like Wanga Lady, until I'm like Sharon Shield, I'm not ready. I'm not going for that teacher training, because the perfectionist thing was still like bothering me. Mindset. And then one day, an opportunity just came. I don't know, how did I even find myself? One day, I don't know, I was just Googling things on the internet. And then I saw a scholarship offer to go and study yoga for 1 month. And then I was like, should I do this? And then what happened? So I applied for the scholarship and they gave me the scholarship. And I was like, oh, what happened? And this was in India. I'd been to India before, but for work. Here on a private visit, like I'd never done that before. So I signed up. They gave me the logistics and things like that. This was in 2019. So remember, 2 years. So I get on the plane. I arrive in India. It was so cold because I think it was in January. It was around January and that's normally winter in some parts of India. So I got to India there and I was like, yo, it was so cold because I arrived so early in the morning because I took a cheap flight. Guys, when you're, I was not, it was not work pain. I'm used to my work pain for some of these things. This was me, my own mission. I had booked my air ticket because the scholarship was like, they're offering me accommodation, they're offering me the tuition. The only thing I need to do is get myself there. That was it. So I got myself to India. I don't even know where I'm going. It was in the Himalayas, right at the Himalayas, those mountains. So I land in Delhi and then I missed my train. Oh, I missed my train because India is a very big country. I missed my train. And then I had to take the bus. I took this bus from Delhi to the Himalayas. It was like a 7-hour bus ride. Yo, it was so uncomfortable. But I finally got to a city called Rishikesh. Beautiful city. It's treated as, it's called one of the holiest city in India. There's no alcohol. You can't sell meat in that city. It's one of those things. Then I arrived there. It felt peaceful. I got to Rishikesh. It was amazing. Just in the Himalayan mountains, the Ganges River. And then I was like, yep, this is where I need to be. This is where I need to be. Did my training for 30 days. People dropped out of training. Let me tell you, yoga training is hard. 30 days, every single day for 10 hours. You're being taught. You go to classes, you're being taught these things. I survived. You know what made me go, Anne? You want to know?
What happened?
I look I look around I look around every time I like taking walks after classes at 4 o'clock in that city. I get out of the yoga school. I'm the only African in the city, the only black guy in the entire city. I was the only African in my class. I couldn't afford to give up. This was for the continent. This was no longer a personal mission. I was carrying the dreams and aspirations of a continent.
Wow.
That
Wow.
that made me power through until day number 30. I graduated, I got my certification. I came back home. Another opportunity came through. Now, there are so many things I didn't know about yoga until I got to India. So now I had a certification, and then I get an opportunity now to learn about meditation, now the spiritual aspects. Yoga is not just about yoga is mostly what people see is the exercises. Oh, Goga, you're flexible. But when you go deeper into yoga practice, it becomes like a practice. Like you end up learning so much, you have to do a lot of self-inquiry. You learn so much about yourself. Then a second opportunity comes through. I was offered a scholarship to go to Thailand. And Thailand, I had to go for a meditation retreat for, I think it was 3 weeks. I had to live with monks for 3 weeks. You all know monks and how they live.
Yes.
Very minimalistic lifestyle. Very minimalistic lifestyle. So there I am. I pack my bags. They gave it that was a full scholarship. They paid for my ticket. They paid for everything. Me, I landed in Thailand. I was picked. There's somebody who came and picked me at the airport. They took me. I don't know where. And in no time, I was at like a monastery.
What is
As
that?
an international. A monastery is like where the monks. A monastery is like where the monks live. It's like a huge place. They do everything there. They have like their shops. They have everything there. It's a big complex. And then I had to go live there for like 3 weeks. Let me tell you guys, conditions of that scholarship. They took my phone on day one. Actually, they gave me a day. They told me, tell your family that they're not going to be able to contact you for the next 3 weeks. So I had to do that. I had to take like some time off work, everything. It was a completely personal journey.
Wow.
3 weeks. Meaning monks don't live like us. Let me tell you, the room I used to sleep in was like the size of a matchbox. The mattress I used to live in, the luxuries that I'm used to, they took it all away. Those things that you enjoy, those comforts, like I can only sleep in a high density mattress, they took them all away. And then I was left with like, the mattress was this thin.
Oh my goodness.
And then monks wake up so early in the morning, like at 4 in the morning. You have to go for meditation. And meditation, you are being taught how to meditate like them. Sit in stillness and everything. That was hard stuff. Me, I go and sit in meditation in the morning. First of all, I'm thinking of how I need to go back and sleep. I'm dozing off in the meditation room.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, that was so crazy. That was so crazy. So I come out of it was so hard the first 3 days, yeah. And then eventually you start getting used to it because it becomes a lifestyle. So eventually now you go to you wake up at 4 in the morning, you go for the meditation. You are so planned. Monks have a very planned day. Like there's no time to like be busy, to be idle and everything. You have to go clean. Let me tell you, I was taught humility at the monastery. One of the lessons that I had to be taught was how to like kill my ego. Let me tell you, type A personality, remember, perfectionist, everything. So I remember my teacher telling me, you have a lot of ego. You're so proud. Things always have to go your way. The first exercise on you losing your ego, cleaning a public toilet. I was put on cleaning a public toilet assignments for 2 weeks. Let me tell you.
And it's not a punishment.
It's not a punishment because at the monastery you have to volunteer. Remember, they've given you a scholarship, so you have to volunteer. You have to do things. You have to do chores. You have to clean. You have to clean the meditation area. You have to make the place. Monks are very clean people. You have to make sure that things are tidy, because they always say cleanliness is next to godliness. They really live that philosophy. So things are so clean. Let me tell you guys, it is not the public toilet that you're thinking about. Me, the first time I was told I'm going to clean a public toilet, I thought it was, the toilets we see here in Kenya. So I had to go and clean a public toilet. I was put on cleaning public toilet duties. Day one, my ego was still fighting. How can I clean a public toilet? What will my people back at home think if they saw this picture? The ego is talking. Day two, you are still like battling. Why did I even come here? But then I remember it's a scholarship and I don't have the air ticket. I can't go back home. Let me just stay. Day three, I'm still like making noise. I'm still complaining. Yo, day four, it's a reality sinking in. I'm not even like talking anymore. I'm just like cleaning. But Nimekasirika, I'm so pissed. I am cussing. Yo, day 5, you are getting there. Let me tell you, day 6, I'm not even complaining. It has become like a duty. In fact, I'm cleaning the toilet to make sure that my toilet is the perfect one when it comes to cleanliness. Mind shift. Wow. Mind shift.
Yes.
And then monks are also very deliberate. They don't chat. They're not chatting. So I also had to take a vow of silence at some point. I couldn't speak. Me, I used to be, you are there with other students from around the world. You want to actually hear about their countries. You can't speak. You have to be in silence because apparently talking is energy. You're spending so much energy that you could have been using to meditate and do something else. So they used to give us times to talk. So at some point you can be silent for 4 hours. Hey, you can't speak. Wait, me, I was dying. Because one of my classmates, I think she was a French model. I wanted to know her story because I like listening to receipts. I was like, hey, what would they make such a beautiful model? She was stunning, guys. She was stunning, height, everything. She has come here, no makeup. And at the monastery, we had to all be dressed the same way. We had to be dressed in white clothes, guys. White clothes, because when you wear white, you're going to be mindful not to stain the clothes. Remember, and you're all dressed the same. So the people like wearing Gucci, the people like wearing Louis Vuitton. There's nothing about your designer dresses here. You wear the clothes that they've given you. We were all equal. Whether you are a president, whether you are a French model, we were all at the same level. Let me tell you guys, I came out of that place, I was a totally different person. My ego had been reduced. It wasn't gone, but it had been totally leveled.
Wow.
Most of the things that you do, you project them as a result of your ego. Sure. Most of the things that you do to people is because of your ego. When people tell you things, you get annoyed because it is your ego talking. It is the ego that is telling you, how dare you, or things like that. But sometimes the experience just told me, what about if you just let it go? What will happen? We don't like letting go of things because our ego can't allow. Mimi ndio umeniambia, are you talking to me? Yeah, it is me. But the ego, when you tame the ego, it's no longer about you. It is the bigger picture. If so and so told me this, what if I just ignore it and I move on to the next thing? It is not easy, to be honest. But if you let it go, you actually make those people start questioning themselves. So we were told like you should be like an empty. Let certain things you just have to allow them pass. Don't make them a thing. Your ego is what allows you to make things. But sometimes you need to like be ignoring some of those things, and that was a very good experience. And so I came back home, and I took a whole year before I started teaching yoga practice, and because I felt I was not ready. But then one day I was ambushed by a group of people when I was attending this fellowship, courtesy of the American government, and they said, "You're a yoga teacher. Teach us yoga." And that's how I started teaching. That's how my teaching journey started. And I've never looked back. I've met amazing people, and it's been a very good experience. It's been a very good experience. My mission when it comes to teaching yoga is to see how I can make yoga accessible to most people, especially in Kenya, because it is definitely not affordable. To answer your long question, it is not affordable, but I like teaching community classes because how can I, and the reason I teach is very simple. It changed my life. It transformed how I approach things. It got me from a house depressed and worried about my life and my next step. Can I do this to somebody else? Can I pass it to the next person? And that is why I took up the practice. You're muted.
Thank you so much, Goga. Thank you so much for that life experience that you shared with us. Oh my goodness, it takes humility. It takes patience. That's a lot of patience practice there. Washing public toilet is not a joke.
Yep.
Somebody who is determined, somebody who is patient. Oh my goodness, that is quite an experience. Goga, for somebody who is so interested in yoga, who want to start, for a starter, what are the things that they should be prepared, both physically, mentally, and of course financially?
Yeah. First of all, go easy. Go easy on yourself. Go easy on yourself. Don't we start yoga with the ego. I want to be flexible. I want to do splits. I want to do headstands like Goga. But then you realize that when you get into a yoga studio, it is not possible. You're not going to achieve that on day one. It's going to like probably achieve this after month number 5. Most people never have the patience. I even tell my new students, because my students are normally very excited when you are starting the yoga class. They're so happy. I always tell them, I'm giving you a month to decide whether this is something that you want to do. Okay? So just explore. Just explore. Because, and most of them realize after 3 weeks, this is not easy. Remember my experience when I was in India, the only African carrying the dreams of the continent? Why I had to push myself? Yes, so I'm always very open, and I always tell, I'll give you 1 month to figure out whether this is something that you want to do. So one of the things that I always say, go there with an empty cup. Don't go as the expert, however fit you are. I have taught rugby players the way they are strong, muscled, and everything. They fall, they can't breathe, and they start wondering, but you're so small. How comes you're struggling in these postures? And I'm like, because it's not like the posture, it is the mind. It is a mindset that you need to like reframe and everything. So go there as an empty cup, you will learn better. You will learn better. Financially, I would suggest to like explore community classes. Gyms, I think, are trying to like bring in yoga now because they're understanding the benefits of stretching and things like that. But if there are community yoga studios around the world tend to have community classes or the donation-based classes. Go for those donation-based classes, especially if you're not like you don't really have the money. Go and explore those donation-based classes and then see how you try. I have never turned anybody away because they didn't have the money, but I always just say the money is just to appreciate the effort of the teacher. If I need to get from point A to B, that's literally it. But yes, it's not cheap. You have to invest in it. But if you don't have the money, you can find those community classes. They are very good. Just be able to like get the practice going. The other thing would be give yourself time. Give yourself time. You are not going to get flexible on day one. It will not happen. Be practical. You did not get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube on day one. It's the same lesson. So Give yourself the benefit of time. You know why time is very important? And that's why I always tell people, never be in a rush. Time is very important because it is going to make, time is a lesson as well. Time is going to teach you. You're giving yourself the benefit of learning through the time. Okay? And that's why I mean, why can I speak authoritatively on certain issues? I gave myself time to learn. I gave myself time to master those things. I did 330 live streams to be able to authoritatively tell you that you're not supposed to do this on your live stream. Learning. So give yourself that particular time, the benefit of time, because time is a teacher and time will teach you what you need to know. But
True.
the human being, I want it now. I want the results now. And then you get disappointed because you realize that the amount of work that has to go into it is not easy. And then you get frustrated. So give yourself the benefit of time.
Yeah. So it's not somewhere where you go rushing. It's not somewhere where you
No.
go rushing.
Yeah.
So in your yoga teaching time, what are the challenges that you have faced so far as a yoga teacher?
One of the things, and that's a very deep question. One of the things that you face, of course, sometimes it's the financial resources. Sometimes, as much as I'm a teacher, I also need to keep practicing. That's one thing that I always have to keep doing. I do go to the studio, and I've taken some of you to my studio once or twice. I have to keep practicing because the reality is, if I don't practice, I will lose the practice. I'm also growing old. The older you get, I no longer have the body of 20-year-old or an 18-year-old. So as you grow older, you tend to lose certain things that you used to have. And that's just the reality of this business. The older you grow, your metabolism slows down. So you have to be very mindful in how you eat and things like that. So that's why you have to keep practicing. So I always have to be very aware of that, of how you are, as you grow older, things are also changing in your body. You have to you have to put in some money aside to go to the studio. But the biggest challenge I have when it comes to the yoga practice is the time. Like I changed jobs last year. That before changing jobs, it used to be so easy because I knew I had to go to my studio in Parklands every day at 1 o'clock. But now I work all the way in Karen, so you can imagine Parklands is the other side of town. So I had to sacrifice like the 1 o'clock classes. Now I have to I can only get studio time at on Saturday and Sunday because I have time. But weekdays now I have to do my self practice, which is hard because it means I have to police myself to practice every single day. The discipline. I have to discipline myself to practice every single day. The other challenge would, of course, now be as a teacher. I am very patient as a person. To be honest, I'm very patient. I think I always say, in fact, I think I've been told that I'm one of the most patient people,
Yes, you
that's
are.
people I've ever met. So I'm very patient as a person. So I'm always very patient with the student. But one of the biggest challenges I face when I have to teach is that I wish the students sometimes could have the same patience with themselves, but people are different. People are different. We are all cut out differently. So the patience that Belinda Melvin will have, and congratulations, Belinda, on your 4,000 watch hours and full monetization. The patience that Belinda will have may not necessarily be the same patience I have. And so those are like the realities that you have to be very self-aware when it comes to them. So I wish more of my students will be patient with themselves because it will make them be more they can be more forgiving for themselves even if they're not getting the results. That's what I would really want to see. So it's a bit of a challenge, but it's really not in my control. The best I can do is just see whether I can encourage them just to be able to like bring out their best versions of themselves. Yeah, but we keep living. And then another thing is your ego, the ego. I always have to make sure you remember that cleaning of the toilet story. I always have to remember that moment because it's a humbling moment. If I cleaned a public toilet in Thailand, I always have to remember to tame my ego because in the yoga space, let me tell you, I have my teachers are very experienced. I've only been doing this for 7 years. My most favorite teacher has over 20 years of experience and practice in yoga. I will never attain his level. It will never happen. It will never happen. There's one I did. I forgot to talk about one of my achievements. I did get a silver medal in the yoga Olympics. By the way, I did get a silver
Wow.
medal
Oh,
in the yoga Olympics. But do you know who got the gold medal? It was my teacher. One of my teachers got the gold medal, and my teacher was so proud that Goga. So you got the silver medal. Amazing. But I will never attain that level of practice that they have, medal or not. It will never happen. They've put in more time. They've put in over 20 years. I've put in 7 years. The day I get to their 20 years, they will have what? 40 years. You will never get the same level as the people started YouTube and they are at 100,000 subscribers and they're still growing. They've had the benefit of time. Never compare yourself with anybody else. It is a challenge that I always have to remind myself. Everybody has a very different journey. So never compare. Never compare. Your journey is different. Just because Tina Lee is doing live streams right now and is getting like some particular milestone, she's had years on YouTube. She's probably had previous experience on YouTube that you didn't have. She looks at content creation maybe in a very different way. So you always have to remember that never compare yourself. We are not the same. Your journeys are not the same. You may be in the same niche, but somebody may be thriving better than you because they bring in, like what I was telling Jerry Kimani yesterday during her stream, we all bring in something unique. And that is your journey. It is a very personalized journey. Please, 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 please don't compare yourself. Comparison is the killer of creativity. You learn from it, but bring your own unique self and give yourself the benefit and be forgiving to yourself. We are not the same. Some people started before you. The day you get to their level, they have moved on. This American actor is, I think I love this American actor. He's the one who said that, and I love it. Matthew McConaughey, I think. When he won a Grammy award and he was being interviewed, he was asked, "What keeps you going?" He's like, he said it. When I started as an actor, I used to look forward to somebody so and so, and then when I got to the level of that so and so, I'm now looking forward to somebody else. I never really, this person that I was looking forward to has gotten to another level. They are a legend now. I will never get there. So, because that is it, and that is just the reality of this thing. You will never really get there. Your mentor will have moved to another level. Give yourself that benefit that, yes, you learned from them, but you're on your own personal journey. The moment you understand and like internalize that, you will have solved half of your problems in this world.
wow. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, thank you so much, Goga. We are really appreciating and getting inspired. I believe, guys, you can attest to that on the chat. This is very inspiring.
Ooh, oh, the host disappeared.
I seem to be having a little bit of hiccups with my network at the moment. The devil is a liar. I will say as JD
Amen.
says. Goga, on yoga, I recently just found myself getting interested so much with yoga. So, where do you see yourself in the near future with yoga? What are your dreams? What do you wish to achieve in future with yoga, especially here in Kenya, where most people don't have we are not so much informed about yoga.
I don't know. I hope to just demystify the practice in a simple way. The good thing, one of the ways you can demystify the practice to your community, and Kenya is my immediate community, but it appears I'm also reaching out to other people in the world. You start. I like what Special Ability said on our interview on Sunday. She said, you start by sensitization, and YouTube is one of the parts. YouTube is one of the ways you can sensitize. I may not have a big budget to put up billboards and things like that, and maybe host conferences to invite everybody, but your channel is already a platform to sensitize. So when people see you doing something, they'll be curious. They will ask about it. They will ask about it. So that's a very good step. Like I'm looking at. Thank you, Tina. Another thing that I would also like, I think aspire to is continuous training. Let me tell you guys, every day I think of, you have to go for training, because remember, you never arrive. And that is one thing you learn from my yoga practice. You never really arrive. And that is a mindset that I was taught by my gurus, that, you are forever a student. You are never a master. If you have the mindset of a student, you will be open to learning things. Because if you adopt the mindset that you have arrived, you will get lazy, you will get lethargic, and you will never do anything. You will be treating yourself as the master and nothing else. So continuous training is one thing that I also look forward to. I try to commit to like going for training once a year, just to brush up on my skills. I am looking forward to, my dream is to get to the 6th level, because my current yoga training is Ashtanga yoga. It's a very vigorous yoga practice. I'm on level 1. People never even move beyond level 1. The higher you go on the levels, I think the only person who has reached the highest level, I think they're less than 10 in the world. Less than 10 in the entire world who have reached level 6.
Oh my
And
God.
you can't even, yeah. So when I look at that and I'm like, I want to go through that path, sometimes I scratch my head and I'm like, I still have level 2, 3. People never even go beyond level 2. So I need to like be hungry enough to like say I want to climb through these levels. But when I think about that task, it is not easy, because it will mean certain drastic steps that need to be made. It will mean certain drastic steps that need to be made, for me to be able to go to that level. It will mean that I need to keep the discipline going and things like that. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it is possible.
I'm loving that it entails discipline and self-consciousness. And by training, do you mean you will go back to India or Thailand? Thailand.
Um,
I will try to ask you guys if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. All right, all right. I think our host had a problem. Guys, I'm hoping that you are learning something, and I'm hoping also that you're getting inspired as I am. A lot of us don't know so much about yoga. I know I'm not alone. Yeah, but I believe you have learned a lot today from our host about yoga and all that. And I'm also hoping that you got inspired by his stories of self-consciousness, self-discipline, and all that, and patience. Like patience really pays. So Belinda is saying, thank you all. I'm so humble. We did it. I'm so grateful to each and every one of us. Let's keep the same spirit. Thank you. Oh, we are so happy for you. We are so happy for that milestone. We are so happy, and we are praying for more wins to you, Belinda. Cheers to this and many more wins. Oh my, we're so happy for you, Belinda. We are super happy for you. You worked so hard, and that was well deserved. So, guys, you can check out the pin link. Kindly check out the pin link. It's Goga. JD, you can give Goga. You can check if you have given Goga your all. You have Mojito. I cannot say the other word because I'm not sure if I will pronounce it well. All right. So Auntie Pia is saying my headphones battery is dead, struggling to hear, but I'm here. Thank you so very much, Auntie Pia. Auntie Pia, you can be Amsani. These words are rhyming. I'm struggling to hear, but I'm here. You know, Auntie, you're such a vibe. Thank you so much, fruits and vegetables. Vegetable world. That is our friend Mama Mary. I appreciate your love and support very much. So guys, I noticed also it will be raining heavily in my area. So I will also, as well as we welcome back our brother Goga as he shares with us this. I will be setting up the redirect because when the rains are here, we tend to have problem with our connection. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Bro.
Sorry, there was a bit of outage, so it kicked me out. But yes, it may be most likely India is really where India is always like the source of the best training because this yoga originated from there. So it's always like the best spot to actually go for training and continuous learning. So yes, it will definitely be that. The good thing, these trainings are normally spaced. So it's just a matter of planning, and then I'll be able to tap into like whichever training works. Because as much as you're going for training, I also still have to keep doing the lessons, and that's how it works. But we'll see. We'll see. That's like I look at that in the foreseeable future. Probably the next 5 years, we see how we get to navigate through that. But for now, I'm more committed in terms of the regular practice, just to see that I'm keeping up the discipline and the consistency when it comes to the practice. Hey, travel and food, welcome. Did you lose me?
Thank you.
Did you? Oh, there she is.
Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to check out a redirect because it will be raining heavily in a few, and I'm sure
good.
sometimes the internet can act up because of the obvious reasons. Yeah. So
that's smart. That's smart, actually. I normally do that when I get into problems, just for us to ensure that we are, that at least I don't end the live stream prematurely.
So Ask Menza, you have an upcoming, right, bro? So I will be setting it to redirect you in case anything happens to this live stream. Just that yours ASAP. Is that okay, Ask Menza, my brother? Let me know. I think it's for today. You have an upcoming for today, Ask Menza. Let me know.
Hey guys, so yeah.
Let me wait. Yeah. So Goga, where do you see yourself on YT in the next few years coming, God willing?
I don't know. I like saying keep experimenting. To be honest, hopefully we get 100,000 subscribers when that happens. But as I said, for me, it's YT borders between a hobby and I think now is when I'm thinking of making it more like a business, to be honest. And even then, I'm still at my conscience is still like conflicted when it comes to the business aspect of YT, because for me it has become a very nice place to just like foster community. And community is a very big deal for me when it comes to the platform, and so I like fostering that sense of community. It's like a fellowship of sorts, when you bring people together. And as I said, that I like using that quote by Chinua Achebe from Things Fall Apart, that that aspect of like community coming together. And Chinua Achebe said it very well, that when you are invited to a feast, it doesn't mean that we don't have food in your home. All of us can stay in our houses, all of us can have food in our houses. When you come together, it is good because You bring in that sense of community, and it is good for kinsmen to do those kind of things. It is good for kinsmen to always keep coming together, because when people come together, great things happen. You learn something, you motivate other. Somebody is about to give up. A lot of things happen when we come together. So for me, I look at that aspect of bringing people together. It's what drives me on YT. By the way, it's not the subscribers, it's not the money, it's not the I know sometimes I think I tend to think I'm getting popular on the platform. It's not that popularity that I enjoy. It is just that it is always nice when you have this awesomeness of bringing people together. And it comes like with that statement by, is it like Superman or something, like with great power comes great responsibility. So sometimes it's literally those things. So for me, I always say with great responsibility comes power, but it is how you use that particular power that you have. So if I can use my power to bring that community together and foster that togetherness and fellowship, then my mission is done. If I get 100,000 in that process, well and good. If not, can I still sustain that community? By now, what I'm doing on my channel, Maura, and you may have noticed, I'm actually now building a legacy. For me, I'm now beyond. I think I've outgrown. I'm outgrowing the space of just connecting just for the sake of it. For me, I'm now looking at building a legacy, and that's always tell you. Even if it is one person that have made a difference in their life, I sleep very well at night. I don't worry, because I know by me talking to X and by me talking to Y and them going to make that change that they made on their channel, and it makes a difference and they can see the results. I have done my part as a human being. I have done my duty and my service to humanity. So for me, I like looking at it that way. So now I'm doing what you call legacy building. Legacy building means, what if and I always tell people, be very self-aware of certain things. What if I wake up tomorrow and I'm bored with YouTube? What if I get a very serious job that now no longer gives me the luxury of making content? What if? There are so many what ifs I normally ask myself when I'm having my self-reflection time. So for now, what I can focus on is legacy building. And if I end up getting the beautiful results in the process, well and good. I'll be more than happy to celebrate those milestones with everybody that I meet. So if you ask me the future, I think the future is bright, but I will keep exploring, and I will keep my mind open, to what is out there and what is happening. Back to you, host. Oh, Nderitu, thank you so much. Nderitu says, Goga, you'll be a massive podcaster in the near future. The work you do is commendable. Appreciate that compliment, bro. Thank you so much for that compliment. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Derito had put it very, very well. I appreciate so much your time, Goga. I appreciate that you found it in your heart to come and share and also inspire us in such a big, big way. I pray that God meets you at your point of need. I pray that all your dreams come true, and I pray that you continue with the same spirit of wanting to see others grow. As they say, when you water there is a saying about watering someone else's plant. Yes, the same happens to you, and the law of nature as well. What you give comes back to you. I really appreciate, and I know so many people here and around the world are super, super grateful that their paths and yours crossed, because it's never a regret,
It is never a regret.
Helping you to say a big amen.
It's never a regret, absolutely. No, I also just want to say thank you so much for really, also having me in this space, because I think it is important for us to have these conversations. I always say I like listening to people's stories. I like listening to people's stories because, and I've been saying, I always tell small YouTubers this: like, when you see a name on your chat, it is not a name. There's a human being behind that name. When you see Helena Koya, when you see Belinda Melvin, when you see Jerry Kimani, when you see Laura Secret, how you been, Laura? When you see Sharon Shield, there's a human being behind that particular name. You need to impact on the human being, not the channel. Because When you impact on the human being, that is what leaves an impact. That human being is going to talk about you to somebody. My goal is always for YouTubers, can people talk about you in rooms where you don't exist? You know, in a good way. If somebody can speak about you in a room where you don't exist, then you know you're making an impact. You're making an impact. You're positioning yourself for impact. So every day when you come and make content, think of the impact that you're making. Like, can people speak about me? Some people speak about you in rooms where you're not, but not in a good way. But if somebody can speak for you, if somebody can vouch on your behalf, then you know your work is done. You know your work is done. You know you're making an impact. And even if anyone ever comes and says anything otherwise, no, the community will tell you no, no. They will stop them and tell them no. We know what we are benefiting from. This is our problem. Even if you think Goga is a problem, leave our problem with us, as we are okay with our problem. So
Very
let
good.
people speak about you in rooms where you don't exist. The decisions about your success in life are normally made in your absence. In your absence. It is those people that you watch. More, I know you support a lot of people. They don't even know. Like, you can be watching somebody in the bush, you give them a thumbs up, they may not even know. Somebody may come and really beg people to watch their playlist. They may not even know. It is, you don't, sometimes you don't need to tell people what you're doing.
Yes.
You're making a decision on about somebody when they are not even aware, and that makes you a super, that makes you like keep thriving. And as Maura was saying, imagine you never lose anything. You never lose anything, by the way, out of help. You never. I've never lost subscribers because I decided to help so and so. I have never lost like my personality as Goga just because I decided to help some. You never lose anything, by the way. You never. In fact, you gain more. You gain more because you become the authority, what we discussed at the beginning of the live stream. So please, 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 a candle never loses anything by lighting another candle. If you can approach your life on YouTube and your real life in that aspect as the crusader of empathy, and Maura like saying, you've done your part. You've done something there for yourself as a human being. So please keep making, be the difference. We need a lot of empathy in this platform. We need a lot of make somebody's journey easier. Make somebody's journey easier than it was for you. Because some of us are like, do you know the way I struggle? Do you know the way? Let the ego not
Yes.
drive you. Yeah. Do you know the way I struggle to get where I am? That is your ego talking. It has already happened. It's happened. It's gone. The past is already written. The ink has already dried up. The present moment is what you need to worry about.
Very
YouTube
true.
is fleeting. Today you may have success. Tomorrow you wake up zero. No one is interested in the content anymore. The algorithm has moved on. But your humanity, your empathy will always remain, because that is the true essence of you as a human being. Maura, back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very, very much, Goga. We are always grateful. We are forever grateful, and we learn from you so much, and we aspire to follow this footstep because this way we will have a better tomorrow, a better YT platform. You know, where nobody is making life hard for others. You know, so
Yeah.
I just look forward to that. I look forward to that from all of us on this chat, from all everybody who is watching, and also in real life. And also in real life, we should try as much as possible to reach out. If you're seeing somebody struggling with something and you have a way that you can help, please do that for a better tomorrow, so that when we are old and we cannot do some things, we can see the legacy we left by our actions. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm very sure we'll be smiling our way with our walking sticks when we see that happening. You know,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely. Absolutely.
most I will request you to give these amazing people a parting shot as we go to check out on somebody else.
Thank you so much. Once again, I want to just thank the gracious host and each and every one of you who joined in for this show, just to be able to like support Anne Maura. She's also like working towards, her milestone. I was more than happy to like to grace this platform and share the story. I don't think I've ever had this kind of an interview anywhere else on the YT streets. They've been the interviews I've had have been very brief and very casual. But this is the first time I think I've really felt like I need to open up, and I've really shared some aspects about my journey that I've probably never shared on the YT streets before. So thank you so much, Anne Maura, for making this happen. It was such an honor being on this platform. Thank you so much to everyone on the chat who graced this event. And you've been listening to us for the last 2 hours. It's not something that I take for granted. That is time that will never come back to you. So I totally say I respect you for it. I totally respect you for it, and I want to thank you for making the time to actually come here and just listen to me ramble on about my stories and everything. The other thing is, like, I'll just say, just to give a quick recap on the things I said. When it comes to your journey, never forget yourself. Never forget the real you. I always say, always remember the version of you before the numbers came, before the money. Remember the version of you when you are starting. Create a YouTube channel. That one will always humble you a lot, because you had nothing to offer the world. You had no views. You had no ego. What changed? What changed? So always remind yourself what happened before then. Make somebody else's journey on this live stream easier. Empathy. Practice empathy, and you already have the gracious host here as a crusader of empathy. Practice empathy. We need more of that in this particular platform. Number 3, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. Research. Keep learning. It makes you a better person. You become an authority in your space because you are learning. Another thing, network like hell. Network like hell. Networking means you're getting yourself out of your comfort zone. When you get out of your comfort zone, good things happen. You end up learning how the world operates, and that makes you a better content creator. And another thing, give yourself the gift of time. Give yourself the gift of time. Imagine it gets better. It gets better. That's always that. Anybody, when people talk to me on the YouTube and they're struggling, I'm like, you have brighter days ahead. Belinda Melvin, you remember this conversation you were having 2 months ago? You're worried about watch hours. Then I think I was the first person she sent a message telling me that she's now fully monetized, and I was like, look at how time changes things. Just give yourself time. Imagine it's okay. It's okay to give yourself time. Now Belinda's problems are not about watch hours anymore. They're about now revenue and stuff. Just give yourself time. Imagine it gets better. The future is bright and you are in it. You're going to be there anyway. Last point, ask for help. In case you ever get stuck, talk to me, talk to people Imagine there's always somebody who has an answer for you on the chat. Even me, when I started doing live streams, I used to make mistakes. Ask the people who knew me before I got my watch hours. I used to ask questions on live stream. I'm like, guys, I don't know how to do that. Guys, how do you give jackets? What is a jacket? I used to ask those questions, and you learn on the job. And I like what Maura and Natecho did for K1 yesterday, because they literally made sure that K1 knew how to redirect and rate. It was so nice. Me, I just kept quiet because I was like, sometimes I have to keep quiet in the live streams because I know sometimes I intimidate people. So I have to keep quiet so that they can be patient. They can go through that. And I like how she was very patient. Maura and Natecho made sure she calmed down until she was able to raid us to Joyful Judy. I loved that. It was so beautiful. I was just there watching and waiting. I was just there watching and waiting. Just to confirm that she's able. I would have intervened, but she had a lot of experience on the chat helping her do that. So please keep learning, ask the questions, and that's how you keep growing as a content creator. So once again, it was such an honor, and Maura, thank you so much for having me. I will definitely be more than happy to to take any questions later on or even on the platform. But thank you so much for hosting me for the last 2 hours. I'm so honored. And let's do this again. You're also doing amazing. Let me just give you your flowers because you're there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is your niche. This is your niche. I told you, think like Oprah, think like Wendy Williams. This is your niche. You can be having these conversations on empathy with different people. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to give it a big go. So you have a question from Tina.
Yeah.
She's asking, Goga, what happens if you get monetized and viewers stop watching? I noticed someone complaining about this. This person cannot pass 100 views per video.
What happens if you get monetized? Then viewers stop watching you. Don't give up. Let me tell you, and I'm sorry, I'm going to annoy people with this statement, but one thing I like with me is that I can get away with a lot of things because I can get away with a lot of saying certain things without repercussions because I don't fear anybody on YouTube. I don't know them. Let me tell you, YouTube relationships are very transactional. The earlier you allow that get into your head, the more peaceful you will be on this space. YouTube relationships are very transactional. No one owes you anything on this platform. People will help you get to your milestone. You'll get your watch hours, but you have to help yourself. Your community will be changing. Let me tell you, next year at time like this, you will notice Maura's chat has very different people. Community is you're always changing, you're always meeting new people. Things are always changing. Things are always changing and they're very fast because there are so many. There are what? There are 2.5 billion on this platform. Things are always changing. Things are always changing and they'll always be changing. So give yourself that benefit of things will always be changing. No one owes you anything. Keep working. If you get monetized and you lose your community, keep working. You will create. It is very easy to create a community on YouTube. You just need to go network a bit and you have new people coming in onto the stream. The people I started with on YouTube, I don't have 50% of them at all. Most of them gave up. I don't even know I don't see them. I try to go to their channels real quick. I don't see them. They stopped posting content as far as 1 year ago. The community is always changing. Never be discouraged because you lost people. And they don't owe you. Let me tell you, when people get you to your milestone, they don't owe you to stay there. The relationships are very transactional. And it's just the reality of this business. The reality of this business. What can I do to make my content pop? Me, I will never hold it against you that you didn't come to my live stream, you didn't come to my video. The community is always changing. Let people get what they wanted to get. You did your part. You did your part. So the earlier you accept that, the more peaceful you will be on this platform. Yeah. The more
This
peaceful
is
you'll be on
very
this platform. Yeah.
so that's very, very, very true. That's very true. I agree. I agree. So Mensa, I have you. I have you. You will work on that, and you will be good to go. And then you will pass it on. Somebody else who doesn't know, you will most definitely go ahead and show them. All
Yeah.
right, all right, all right. So I don't know if we have any other question, guys.
Yeah.
So we will
I
see.
don't
I don't. Yeah.
and I like how there are no questions. Yeah, this is nice. Guys, I feel so this is how people normally feel when I'm interviewing people. I think it's nice to be a guest. It's nice to
Yeah.
be a guest. It's nice to be a guest. I feel very relaxed. Let me tell you, on my live stream, I'm always fighting with people I'm fighting with the chats flying. Helen, I don't know, needs to give me a question. I don't know I don't have my water. I don't know what has happened. This is a very relaxed live stream because I'm a guest. I don't need to read the chats. Oh, it feels nice. It feels nice. Hey, Ramel, how are you doing? It feels nice. I've even overstayed my visits because it's a very relaxed live stream. I like it. I like it.
Uh, and and I
Yes, Tina Lee, I agree with you. Yes, carry on, Maura.
yeah, and I just wanted to say everybody's enjoying the everybody's enjoying the live stream because it's so inspiring and informative. Freedom Annas, I'm so honored to have you. I'm fine, thank you. I'm blessed, actually. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, thank you. I'm blessed to have all of you and to have our brother Goga here. And so Lily is saying these things happens. It happened to me. Some of my of the friendship I had, I'm no longer friends with. Yeah, that is what Goga told us. We our audience will change with time, and that is very, very healthy. Miss Jesse, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming, Miss Jesse. Happy to see you. So Goga,
And then
yes,
I
please
can
go
I
ahead.
can just I can just make a quick comment there. Lily has known me before I even got monetized. Lily, I think, is the one person who can tell how my audience has changed over time. She has a very good idea because Lily, and I respect this girl a lot because this girl, she was there with me when I was doing my first live streams and saying hi to spam trolls. So she was there, she was there, she was there. So always like I always have to remember where I came from because she was like, Goga, why are you saying hi to like that's a troll? Don't say hi. That's not a real person. Those are the people you need. So like people know you that well. I'm like I always have to. Lily is the one person I have to bribe next time I'm running for presidency because Lily knows. Lily has so many receipts about the beginning
I know.
levels. So I need to silence. I need to silence Lily. So yeah, but I totally like love what she said. It will always change, and it's okay. It's okay because guys, remember, no one owes you anything. People are also on their own journeys. Remember that thing I told you about? Be on your own journey. Respect their own journeys. They're also on their own journeys, and it is okay. It is okay. Don't hold it against anyone. Don't hold it against anyone at all. You don't know what people are dealing with. No one owes you anything. Let me tell you, me I always tell people like if somebody has even come and spared 5 minutes of their time to be on your platform, can you thank God for that? It's a privilege. You don't know what people are dealing with. The other day was, and I don't want to say who this person is. The other day when I was getting a guest to come on my Sunday service, and the guest really wants to come to the Sunday service. Like we've been planning this for like months, but I didn't know what the guest was dealing with in her personal lifestyle. The guest had a relative who is dying, terminal, like they are taking care of they're just like making it easy for her to transition into a final rest. And I was like, imagine if I start like having an exchange with that person on the live stream because you refuse to come to my. Can you imagine? You don't know what people are dealing with. So when people come and they grace your platform even for 5 minutes, can you be grateful? Be grateful that they actually spared the time to grace your presence.
That
Be
is very
grateful. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I always encourage people and say gratitude is something you must wear as you wear your perfume and you wear your smile. Remember to wear gratitude with you everywhere you go because it goes a long way. People are going through so much, so much, so much. And as I was saying in my earlier live stream, find a way, however small it is, to make sure you give back to the community, not only as a content creator, as a human. You know,
Yes.
that
Yes.
is a way of worship. Goga, I look at it as a way of worship.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
Tina is saying spread your wings. Try visiting new community. Don't just stick to what you are comfortable with. That is very true. That is what makes people complain about views, complain about those people who are supporting them with revenues and all that, because they take themselves to be grouping. In Goga's platform,
Oh,
you cannot know who is a millionaire and who is a normal citizen. We are all the same. He treats us the same. If I go to Goga and I have 100 subscribers, he will treat me the same way he will treat those friends of ours who has the silver button. He will give us that shout out, and it means so much. So let's always carry with us those virtues, and they will see us grow to higher levels. Because when you humble yourself, you are lifted. And as Goga said, that is very, very important. When you go somewhere empty, you will be filled, but don't go full and of don't have pride and think that you know, because we are meant to be open-minded so that we can absorb more. I just learned that. I just will be reminding myself of that every day, and I hope you guys will take that. I will take that with you. You know, this was so much informative and inspiring. And as Goga said, we will do more of this. So, yes, and I agree with you. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and people perish. Even it says people perish for lack of knowledge. So, that is awesome. That is awesome. And let's all remember to find a way to give to give back to the community. All right. Thank you so much, guys. So, Goga, I was thinking maybe we go and check up on our sister who is working on her WH Mima. I don't know what
that's
what
nice. I
you
mean,
do.
it's yeah, sure thing. That's good.
So,
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, you're ending now. I thought I would leave you, and then I thought you're still staying. So. I'm ready to like leave when you tell me.
Yes. I think it's better if we go to Mima because I know this area of mine. If it starts raining and it's windy, the next minute all of us will be just falling. We are praying for
Uh,
those people who are experiencing storms, and
yeah.
just a kind reminder that any way you can help, please reach out. There's a lot of going. There's a lot of fundraising and all that. You can send a blanket or anything to those people that you know. It's happening all over the world. At the moment in most part of the world, and especially in our motherland. So anyway, somebody can help. Please be sure to do so.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you so much. So
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you so
Goga. I
much,
salute
everyone.
you and I
Thank you
celebrate
so
you.
much. Maura, I hope this was, is this what you anticipated? Because I know you're the content creator. So in case you feel like I missed
And
out anything, you
more.
can always let me know. We can do a follow up. So, um, yeah. So thank you so
I'm so
much for
overjoyed.
having
I'm
me on
so
the platform.
overjoyed.
I will see you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, I
And
will see you. I will see you in the YT streets. So I'll be looking forward to the flight. I will jump with you guys on the flight.
okay, thank you so much, Goga. God bless you, really. God bless you for us. I'm so honored to have you here.
You too. God bless you. Thank
So
you. Thank you
Goga,
so much, guys,
before you
and
go,
thank you. See you. Yeah.
Goga, there is these things sometimes we say on your live stream. Namaste, Pranam. Tell
Mm.
us, some of us, what does those words mean? Because you've been there and we use them.
Oh, those are Indian greetings. So those are Indian. So in pranam is like, yeah, this is like the prayer hands. Yeah. So anytime these are how Indians normally greet people. So anytime I see an Indian on the live stream, I'll be pranam, like I salute you or something. Namaste is also like you are recognizing the divine being that is in everyone. We are all created in the image of God. So in the yoga balance, they always, actually, Indians always believe that you are like anybody can be a god, even you can be a god because you are a representation of the divine. So it's normally like to recognize the divine being that resides in you, because if you are created in the image of God, it means that you are sacred. If somebody is sacred, you will not want to hurt them. That's how it means. If somebody is sacred, you will not want to hurt them. So anytime I say namaste, it's like the divine in me salutes the divine that is in you, because we are all created in the image of the divine. So that's literally what it means. You are recognizing the light that is in everybody. And if you ever recognize the light that is in every human being, you will never want to hurt those people. And that makes the world a more peaceful place.
Wow, that's yeah. Even yourself, you wouldn't want to hurt yourself by engaging in such activities because you know who you are. And the way your bot tells you, drinks water, Goga G. What does the G mean? J-I.
Jesus. G is a salutation for Indians, like say Ann Maura G, Miss Jessie G, Ifeanyi Cool G, Tati Sipetitsa G. It's just like it's like sir, it's like a very honorable term. It's like sir. It's just like how they refer to people if they out of respect, out of respect,
I
out of
see. I
respect.
see. All right. All right. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Goga. Thank you so much.
I hope
We
that
learn
answers.
every day. We learn every day. Sometimes you say them and you say, "Oh, I'm an Memtusi. Did I say the right word?
No,
Did I say the right thing?"
no, no. It's normally just
And
them, and they acknowledge me. And the Indians will always call me G because of the yoga thing, because they really respect. I went and took something from their culture, and I'm promoting it outside their country. So they use the G out of respect because of that.
yeah,
So, but most people
because
nowadays like that. Like yeah, they like using it, which is good because it's just respectful.
yeah, I saw the G and I was saying, is it feminine or is it the other way?
No, it
And I
can
was
be used
I
for
was
anybody. It can
asking.
be used for anyone. Yeah,
All right, all right. Congratulations,
yeah,
Ifyani, for 14 plants. That is nice. We are also making sure we are planting trees
nice.
around here for our environment as well. Okay, I think I don't have
Absolutely.
another popping question. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. You see, I'm just grateful.
Thank you so
I
much.
think you can read
Yeah.
the joy in my face.
Thank you so much. It was such an honor. I didn't imagine I would stay this long because I thought I was only going to be here for 1 hour. But I'm glad that my meeting got moved to tomorrow, so at least I had a bit of a free time. So thank you so much for really hosting me, guys. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments. I've been reading them on the side because this is not my platform, so I can't be making noise. I have to act like a guest and behave. So I was reading the
Goga,
chats, and I thank you so much for all the beautiful comments you guys left me. Thank you,
you
thank you,
can make
thank you,
noise
thank you
now.
for
You
the
can make noise
amazing
now.
compliments. I will be.
And
No,
you cannot believe what
I'm in an office environment, so I can't.
okay, you cannot believe what Belinda has typed. I don't know if you have seen. I don't know if you have seen what
Yes,
Belinda has typed.
salimiako, and all those things. Yeah, I've seen it.
So she's
Yeah.
seeing
So
G as
really, this was
God.
fun. Yeah, this was fun. All right.
I appreciate.
So I will leave you to just say bye to people real quick, just as you wrap up, and then I'll be on the chat. And then you can send us on the
Okay.
read.
Yeah, I'm super, super grateful.
All right.
My heart accepted my heartfelt gratitudes.
Thank you so much, everyone. You have a lovely one.
All right. Thank you so much. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed. I hope you got inspired as much as I did, and I'm praying that as we learn from Goga, we also put in practice what he has taught us all along since each and everyone knew him. I know your life has been inspired in many ways. Like you have been in a live stream and something is happening, and he makes sure that that thing is sorted before he go to the next live stream, or before the live stream ends, or the yeah. I know most of you whose channel has been touched in a big way by Goga, and by so saying, I urge you guys to continue giving the enormous support that you give to him. Giving that comes from the heart. So, guys, without further ado, let's go and show our support to our sister who's walking her journey to attaining her WH. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming. Dorcas, I saw you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate all of you very much. Yes, and as Goga is saying, this was very much fun and educative as well. I'm very sure most of you didn't know much about yoga as myself, right? Even if we have Google, but I'm hearing it from the person who has studied it, who has practiced it for that long, and those insights. I know, guys. So it's a bye for now. Let me see you there, and I will always catch you on the white street. I'm so grateful today. I'm super grateful. Thank you to each and every one of you. So let's go there, guys. Let's go. So Helen, maybe you can drop the official and right? Kindly, Sisi. Thank you so much, Helen. I appreciate you so very much. I appreciate you a lot. Maybe you can drop the official and Maura raid. Kindly. So we can copy paste it, guys. We can copy paste it, official and Maura with the red hat. That will be amazing. That will be amazing. Let me see. You can yes. Okay. Have a fruitful day as well, if you're in. We appreciate you so very much from the our award-winning creative studio in Germany. So guys, you can copy paste that. Then when we go there, we can always write that so that the host can know that you are coming from official and Maura. So guys, it's a bye bye for now. Let me see you there. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye.